Vacuum bags offer a good way to reduce the size of your carry-on bag by compressing your clothes into a much smaller space. I recently tested a small vacuum pump by Flextail on 2 recent trips to Palm Springs, California, and the Big Island of Hawaii. For such a tiny pump, it works surprisingly well to reduce the size of the clothes in your bag. However, vacuum bags have upsides as well as downsides that I'll talk about in this video. There are 2 main styles of vacuum bags, ones that rely on you hand rolling to squeeze the air out, and the style that I have here, which utilizes a small vacuum pump. This little thing is called the Flextail Zero Pump. It's largely marketed for camping for inflating sleeping pads. However, they also sell compatible vacuum bags for travel, which is how I tested it. As far as size go, this thing is incredibly tiny, about the size of a small flashlight, including the battery. On my scale, it comes in about 1.7 ounces. The entire setup for the Zero Pump comes with a variety of adapters for attaching to different sizes of sleeping pads, as well as their vacuum bags. However, once you find the size that works for you, this is the one that fits with a vacuum bag, then you just pop the seal over and you don't need to carry the entire set. Charging this thing is really easy. Screw top, it comes with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which means you do have to take it in your carry-on. Small USB-C port in the top of the battery, just plug it in and wait for the green light. I use this thing quite a bit over the course of about 2 weeks. I never drain the battery down, so this thing should at least have enough charge for a 2-week trip. As far as use, I found the Zero Pump to be a simple setup. They have several sizes of vacuum bags. This is the medium, and the one that I use the most, the small. I think this is the better size for a carry-on bag. For packing this thing, you just open it up like a giant Ziploc. You're gonna stick your clothes in from the side. I find it best to be as neat as possible here. Packing your clothes, fold everything if possible. This is gonna help you get more in there. Make sure it's not lumpy, and it's gonna decrease the amount of wrinkles you get when you take it out of the bag. It's very thick plastic. The top has a double zipper closure like a big Ziploc freezer bag. There's a little slider here. Help you close it. Make sure it's completely sealed. The valve has a little screw top to keep it from leaking. You make sure you take that off. And all you do, once you get the right sizer on here, put this thing over the valve. Hit the button. And it's all tightened up. Takes about 10-15 seconds to suck all the air out. And to show you that from the side so you can see how much this squishes, I have a sweatshirt in here, pair of pants, pair of shorts, and 3 t-shirts. So you can see it probably shrinks this by at least half. Quite thin now for as many clothes as I have in there. Takes a significant amount of space out of your pack. I took a few before and after pictures of my trips. For example, here, my packing's a little bit lumpy. Took at least an inch out of the diameter, out of the center, and probably close to 2 inches off the ends. Here's my bag, packing for Palm Springs. I was able to fit my entire wardrobe for a week of travel into one of the smaller vacuum cube bags here. One of the concerns I had with this is it works fine on the ground. However, I wanted to make sure this was gonna stay compressed after going up and down in the air in an airplane on multiple flights. And to show you some after pictures, this is my bag after landing in Kona and my bag after landing in Palm Springs, where they're both just as vacuumed as when I put them in my pack. And worth noting that this is just a simple one-way air valve, so it works best. I think it gets the most air out when you use the pump. However, you can just squish this thing down, compress it yourself, and that's gonna get at least most of the air out if you don't have the pump. As far as pros and cons go, the Zero Pump is extremely small. It does a great job at compressing your gear, take a lot of space out of your pack. However, there are some pros and cons that you need to consider when you're deciding if you want to use a vacuum bag for travel. First consideration is packability. A vacuum bag isn't really that different from a packing cube, but it does take a little bit more work to pack them properly. You have to stick all your clothes in here from the side and take time to make sure they're evenly spaced so you don't get lumps. And then taking clothes in and out of these things is just a little bit more complicated. Unlike a regular packing cube, you can just open up and take something out. You have to break the seal, take it out, repack it, reclose the seal, and then re-vacuum the bag. This may or may not be inconvenient depending on the style of travel you're doing. If you're hopping around hostel to hostel backpacking in Europe, I think having to take your clothes in and out of a vacuum bag would be a little bit frustrating and inconvenient. However, I think this could be a good use case for slow travelers if you're staying put in one place for a longer period of time. In this scenario, you want to bring as many clothes as you can fit in your bag. You're not going to be taking them in and out of the vacuum bag, very often only when you just move locations. So for example, you're going somewhere for a long trip, like a month. I think this could be a great way. You get a lot of clothes in your bag and it's not inconveniencing you to have to take clothes in and out of the vacuum bag. I think this is a great way to save space for these longer trips because you're packing a ton of clothes into your bag and you're minimizing the number of times that you have to open and close and reseal the vacuum bag. The next consideration relying on a vacuum bag is you're creating a point of failure in your travel system. And although this bag is very thick with a durable double seal closure, it's possible you could puncture the bag, or if you break the bag or the pump, then the system either doesn't work or it's not going to work as well. So to get around that issue, I want to show you a few other techniques that can also help you save space in your bag. First off, just simply rolling or folding your clothes a little bit tighter can help you save a ton of space in your pack. A thing called an army roll is a great way to really compress, especially t-shirts. And while they don't work quite as well as vacuum bags, compression packing cubes can go a long way to help squish the clothes down in your bag. My two favorite styles are these side zipper cubes like Eagle Creek and Peak Design. These things do a decent job on squishing your gear down from the top. This cube style from Matador also works really well, relies on these cinch straps on the side instead of a zipper to compress the cube. But again, the style of compression that you use is always going to be a trade-off between space, weight, and convenience. Vacuum bags are going to be the best way to squish your stuff down as much as possible, but with the added weight of carrying the pump and the inconvenience of not being able to get in and out of this thing very easily. In summary, I think vacuum bags can be a good solution depending on the style of travel you're doing. The Flextail Zero Pump is the smallest pump that I could find. It's lightweight, tiny, and works really well. If you're slow traveling and you want to maximize the amount of clothes that you can fit, especially if you're checking a bag, I think this can be a great solution and worth the extra weight of carrying the pump. However, if your bag is already really small and you just want to save a little bit of extra space, I think utilizing some common sense compression techniques like rolling your clothes a little bit tighter or using a compression packing cube is going to be a better option here. That's all I have for this overview on the pros and cons of using vacuum bags and a short review of the Flextail Zero Pump. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And again, thanks for watching.